They were all good at it. So wait, what would this do?
Yeah, so basically, I'll give you kind of the basic rundown. So ore's coming in there. Cyanide, back in the day, it was in solid form, so they'd have to reconstitute it out of water, freshwater tank. They'd introduce some cyanide at the ball mill, so it would start dissolving the gold and silver. They'd add the lime in to keep the pH up, so it was safe to make sure that you didn't get hydrogen cyanide gas. And they only ground it to 80 mesh, which by modern standards is pretty coarse, but they found they didn't really need to go beyond that to get your recovery that they were looking for. And so as it crushes it down to 80 mesh, which is pretty, it's still, it's like sand, the powder. Then as it gets small enough, it would go through a screen and go down into this first tank down here.
So this is basically a wash rake, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically what its job is to take the oversized pieces and take them right back up.
Take them right back up.
Yep.
Yeah, the same as bauxite plant.
In the rock size, so the smaller sizes will go down in here. The bigger sizes back up.
So after your slurry comes into the first settling tank, then
the slurry comes in here.
They get about 65% recovery at that point on the gold. And basically the way that it works, and some of you may be familiar with this, but I'll kind of walk you through it anyway. So that tank would be full with water. It would be about two-thirds liquid and one-third solid. And what happens is they keep pumping the solution in, and the solids settle to the bottom, and the solution with the dissolved gold and silver in it would overflow into the launder that's around the edge, and then it would run off and go over for the Merrill-Crowe to extract the gold and silver out. The solids, the rake that's in the bottom would slowly turn. So 4 years ago, I knew nothing about mining or milling, and I thought that was actually a stir stick down there. I was like, yeah, it agitates it. Well, absolutely not. They want the solids to settle to the bottom, and that rake turned very slowly to pull the solids to the middle. Then it would drain out the bottom. There's a diaphragm pump that then pumps it on to the rest of the circuit. And so basically, it's called countercurrent decantation because you have the fluids flowing one way and the solids flowing another way. So that's the countercurrent.
We still use these.
Yeah.
We had one running in Alaska.
Yeah, well, and these are far bigger than what you really would need, especially with flocculants.
Yeah, we use
You just don't need this much surface area.
We just too small ones.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really the main process that happens to get the gold and silver out of the ore. And then down below on the lower level, there are 3 more of these. And so the solids would go from here into the agitators, which are these 4 16 by 16 tanks over here. And in there, they would pump air in. They have a propeller, for lack of a better term, down in there, and it would just agitate it, mix it up. About 6 hours per tank. So you spend 24 hours in there making sure that it really dissolves all the gold